No, and there was nothing even Qyburn and his mysterious techniques could do to save him. According to actor Paddy Considine, Veeserys suffers from a form of leprosy. His body is deteriorating. His bones too. He's not old, he's still young, just a few years older than DAymOn, but he looks a lot older. Unfortunately, he just has this thing that has taken over his body, he said. Hello everyone, if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any new updates on your favorite TV series. Leprosy, or Hansen's disease, is caused by infection with the bacterium Mycobacterium leprae. It mainly affects the skin, eyes, nose, and peripheral nerves. Symptoms include clear or red patches of skin with decreased sensation, numbness, and weakness in the hands and feet. The disease is currently curable with 6 to 12 months of therapy with various drugs and antibiotics, and early treatment prevents deficiency. In the case of Veeserys, the cause of the disease is unknown, but it is certainly not the Iron Throne, as the disease is a mycobacteria transmitted in large cases by animals and human contact. Maybe even the outcome of his hunt in the episode, Second of His Name, is related, but that's just a thin assumption. Anyway, no medicine of the time could cure Veeserys' leprosy. Removing his finger, arm and right eye were just measures of the maesters to prevent the rotting of the dead limbs from further contaminating the body. Veeserys unfortunately suffered a slow death. And that took years as he slowly lost control of his body and the kingdom. It could also be possible that the maesters had a plan. Veeserys had a severe illness called leprosy. At the time of the series, there were no known cure, there was only some primitive ways like burning the wound or letting the worms eat the rotten flesh. And there was some painkiller like the milk of the poppy. But we can notice that once, an assistant of the maester suggests that he made another recipe that could have worked. We do know yet for sure if it really works, but the maesters refused it. Either by choice or by ignorance. And the milk of the poppy wasn't the best too. We saw DAymOn and Rhaenyra blaming the maesters about the king's health. And this may be true. The painkillers, especially the strong ones, are some sort of drugs, which means that once the effect is gone, the body will require more at each time, until the dose becomes so high and leads to an overdose and the side effects become more dangerous. But most importantly, this drug will slow down the ability of the body to regenerate new cells. So in conclusion, the maesters were really trying to save the king. But they used the wrong ways. Maybe he could have survived. Throughout House of the Dragon, King Viserys II has endured a mysterious illness that has caused his progressive physical deterioration, and the reveal of his severely damaged face in Episode 8 illustrates just how far things have progressed. What started in Episode 1 as a cut that wouldn't heal has now progressed into a grotesque, full-body condition, leaving him with a broken body and intense pain. Viserys' illness has been confirmed by Paddy Considine to be a fictionalized form of leprosy, slowly eating away at his body while he still lives. This illness works as symbolism for Viserys' lack of suitability as Westeros king, but also for his crumbling family unit. House of the Dragon chronicles the events leading up to the Targaryen Civil War, referred to in the books as the Dance of the Dragons, which will ultimately set the stage for the events that happen in Game of Thrones almost 2 centuries later, and Viserys' health has been an important plot point from the very beginning. The ongoing matter of who will be the heir to the Iron Throne is already crucial to the stability of Westeros, with there being 3 primary contenders in Viserys' oldest child Rhaenyra, his oldest son Aegon, and his brother DAymOn. With King Viserys' death looming over the key players of the kingdom, the issue of succession is even more important, and that pressure causes many of the other characters to be mistrustful of each other. Leprosy has existed in the real world for almost as long as humans have, but it largely died out in the Middle Ages and is now treatable with antibiotics. With modern research, leprosy is now known to not actually be the contagious flesh-eating disease it was once considered. However, Viserys' chronic wounds and gradual loss of limbs are very much accurate to the disease. In reality, leprosy doesn't really eat away at flesh so much as destroy nerve endings and damage muscles, so the version of leprosy Viserys has in House of the Dragon is a much more extreme version than one would see in real-world history. However, if someone were to be injured or contract an infection on an area with soft tissue such as their face, it is possible that they would require the removal of some of their skin. Rather than simply rotting away, Veeserys might have endured an injury that required a doctor to remove his skin and eye, which would be very medically accurate. The severe way this fictional version of leprosy has destroyed Veeserys' face has made a greater impact in the story by illustrating the slow decline of the stability of the Targaryen rule. With every time jump and subsequent update of Veeserys' disease, the story showcases more and more cracks in the foundations of the royal family as they get closer to civil war. The horrific disease that has continued to plague the king was not mentioned in the books where his death is vaguely mentioned, but its addition has definitely made the progressive decline of the kingdom's era of peace more dramatic by providing a physical manifestation of the troubles the realm will face after Veeserys' death. Viewers have also pointed out the symbolism of Veeserys' face rotting on the side that faces the placement of the historically toxic Hightowers during his big family dinner. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.